Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to give you the demo of this I-beam Truss Splice connection. This application can be used to connect the top and bottom chords. We just have to pick the members in the same order. Let me show you how this application works. Pick the members one by one and it will automatically create the connections. You can change the end plate thickness, width, and other attributes. Suppose you want to have two different type of end plates. Change this option to not same so that it will give you an option to change end plate 1 and end plate 2 separately. For example, once I click modify, you can see the end plate 1 width is 250 and the plate 2 is 300. Let me make it same. Here you can see the options either bolted or welded. Let me choose welded option and modify this. Again, I will change this one back to bolted. And this is where you can control the distance from top of the plate to the top chord and bottom of the plate to the bottom chord. If you want to control the total height, select the second option. Let me go back to the first one. And this is where you can maintain the minimum gap between the two end plates just for the demo. Let me type 10 and you can see the gap between two end plates. You can add galvanization holes to the end plate. Select add galvanization holes. You see there are three options here, two holes and two holes in an angle and diagonal hole. Let me choose the first option. So this is where you can change the diameter and the distance between the two holes. Let me make it 40. And modify this. So you can see the holes on the end plates. Let me choose the second option and the third option. If you want to chamfer the end plates, select one of these two options and then enter the distance and click modify. So it will chamfer all the four corners. In case you have trusses on the slope and you want to connect both of them, let me select the component. I'll pick 1, 2, 3, and 4 and select the second option and click modify. In case you want to extend one of the end plates so that it will be bolted to the column, select any one of these options and then type the distance. I'll go to the bolt and change this option to 1 and modify this because I don't need two sets of bolts and reduce the width here. So you can see here. Let me go to the next option. I'll change it back to the normal connection. And then let's go to the stiffener. Let me type the distance here 50. And modify this. So when I select the hollow section, this is 75, then the center distance is 37.5. So when you have two sets of bolts, for example, let me make it 2 here and modify this. And then I'll go back to the stiffener. I don't have to type the distance here. When you have two sets of bolt, if I set this option to yes, this will automatically create the stiffener exactly at the middle. So this option is for adding additional stiffness. For example, let me just make it no. And then I can enter the distance to create multiple stiffness. This is just for the demo. I'll type 30 here, another 30 here. And modify this so that this will create two stiffness. So let me remove this. And you also have an option for the inner stiffener. So once you click not same, let me make it yes here for the time being. And if I say no, then it won't create the stiffener. Can you see here? There is no stiffener here and there is no stiffener here. Let me change this option to no. and then change this bolt option to 1. Go to the special stiffness, and you see options both left, right, left staggered and right staggered. Let me take both option and modify so that this will create stiffness. Both the sides. Enter the thickness here, and you can see now. Let me make it left, right. This is left staggered and right staggered. Now, if you want to control the bolt, you can use the bolt distances, and you can also have slot holes in plate 1 and plate 2 and both. And if I go to the weld, this is where you can specify the weld between end plates and members. As you can see, this application is quite powerful and dynamic, and you can change all the options inside the component. If you have any questions about this application, feel free to get in touch with me, and thank you for watching this video.